think some people believe, and Arnold made a statement a couple of years ago, or a year ago, whatever it was, that going forward, bodybuilding as a sport should become drug tested like other sports? And do you think maybe steroids should be fully eliminated from bodybuilding? What do you think?
You have to respect Arnold because Arnold is like, where he is and stuff. But now, let's not be foolish too, and we have to think straight. You asking me, I'm not the smartest guy. I don't know, but guess what? The first magazine I looked at Arnold, I'm like, holy shit, oh my God, I want to be like this. Did he do it naturally? Absolutely not. You think if he would have done it naturally, he would have been the Arnold Schwarzenegger we know him today? Absolutely not. Steve Reeves did it naturally. Was he as big as Arnold? Absolutely not. Did he make it as big as Arnold? Absolutely not. So yes, you can make it. You can be big naturally and do good, but for the people to come, listen, people come to the Arnold, to see the giants, man. Let's face it, it's the freak show, man. People want to see the big guy and stuff. But like I said, man, at the same time, we want those big guys to stay healthy. We want those big guys, because when you hear a bodybuilder who dies and stuff, you're like, oh my God, another one. Why? That makes it looks bad for all of us, you know what I mean? Because they're not paying attention. That's why I said, man, we have to drill it. We have to drill in there that, you know what? I don't mind you taking this stuff, but show me that you getting blood work done. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'm not gonna work with you. I'm talking about George Farah. Now, I don't care about what other people do, But if other people do what I'm doing, guess what? It's gonna be safe, and Arnold will not talk anymore. But when you hear there's a show and somebody dropping dead, the same night or a couple days later, that's not good, So I don't blame him talking like this, or maybe because he suffered the consequences. If he didn't have the money he have, probably with many, his liver transplant or something, he probably, anybody who doesn't have money would have died. You know what I'm saying? But back to Arnold, what these guys doing today, believe it or not, it's a lot safer than what they used to do. Because I know when I was a young kid, Pete Promkowski, he's the one who owned Gold's Gym, I can't even tell you the stuff they were using. And, Pete will be the first one to tell you, you know what I mean? Like literally, like right now, I'll give you an example, like if somebody, okay, man, I gotta use Anadrol. Man, dude, don't take more than one a day, 5 weeks. Why? Because we have internet, we have stuff, we have study, a show. Back then, dude, they used to have a bottle a week, 100 of them a week, gone. And they stay on it for so long. And that's why a lot of them, they're not even around. And the only one they're around is the one they have the money that they can be able to fix themselves, sadly. You see what I'm saying? So this is what this is what I'm trying to pay forward, man. I don't mind people. Like I said, I'll be, I'm not gonna be that guy and tell you, oh, don't take steroid, don't, dude. Who am I to tell you that? You know what I mean? You're your own man, but be your own man, but be smart at the same time. Get your blood work done. Let somebody check you. Go at least. I'm not telling you to do it like what I'm doing every 2-3 months, but go every 6 months. And get your blood work. And automatically, if you work with somebody, if you work with the coach and he doesn't ask you about blood work, I suggest leave him because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I'm sorry to say it. You know what I mean? Dude, like you said at the beginning, there's so many coaches, like if I ask them the simplest question, what's the difference between this and this? They have no idea. Why these people trust in these guys? Oh, well, because he's brought so-and-so. Like, so what? If somebody's genetically freak and you give him all kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? Of course he's gonna look good, you know what I'm saying? So.
On the record, Dorian Yates said that in his era, Brandon would not be in top 6. And then Ronnie Coleman went on the record and confirmed that statement, said, yeah, I agree with him. You enthusiast of bodybuilding, you've been here, you've been in the sport for a long time, so what do you think about this?
I love Brandon. Brandon's like my brother, you know what I mean? I love the guy. And remember, Abdullah, his coach, that's my little brother, Everything Abdullah knows, is I taught him. And he tells everybody that, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Abdullah's my little brother. So, you know, now I love Dorian Yates and I love Ronnie. Ronnie's like big brother to me, you know, like every time I see him, I give him a hug and stuff. I don't think they should have said what they said, man.
Dorian Yates, you're talking about?
Yeah, Dorian and Ronnie. They shouldn't have said what they said. You know, how they know if the guy would have been top 6 or not? Did they compare him? You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Just like they used to get back in the days, you know, when Raphael was judging, you know, a show, and his crew, they put the top 3, you know what I'm saying? And then they put 4, 5, 5. How do you know the guy who took 4th, he can't be the top 3 if you don't put him next to him? How you know why these top 3? Why didn't you compare the guy 4 and 5? Like, you know, like Steve does, you know what I'm saying?
I think what they were saying is basically the physiques were much more impressive in the 90s than now.
You know what?
What do you think about that? Forget about Brandon for a second,
Honestly,
but just
bro,
in general.
honestly, listen, okay. You know, they're saying this, okay? But guess what? In the 90s, you know, in the 90s, also, you know, my guy, Dexter, won many shows. You know what I'm saying? And Dexter's still here, and Dexter was in great shape. Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Brandon, man. Brandon is, listen, I told people, Brandon, when I helped him and won the Brazil, Arnold, you know, when I helped him there, I told everybody, this guy's going to be Mr. Olympia. They laughed at me because he have no legs and stuff. I'm like, well, the legs, they'll come. And finally, the legs match up, you know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm sorry. I can't, you know, I love, like I said, with all respect to Ronnie and Dorian, you know what I mean? You can't say those claims, you know, because you can't get to compare them, you know what I'm saying? You have to compare them. We don't know what would have happened, you know what I mean? How we know? You know, like we go by picture, oh my God, Brandon in some of his poses, he looked freaking unbelievable. He looked almost like the perfect statue. You know what I mean? They didn't look like perfect statue, so why would I take that away from the guy? The way they freaky? Yeah, they were freakier. Ronnie, nobody is freaky as Ronnie. Dorian, holy crap. I mean, Dorian, but you know, Dorian also won with 1 biceps 1 year, you know, because he was freaky. But to say the guy can't be in the top 6, you know, that's too much. You know what I'm saying? That's too much because the guy worked hard, man. Listen, I don't care. People talk. You know when you're doing something good or you're good, people gotta talk, and that's not good. I don't want to be like those people, man. I love everybody. You know what I mean? If somebody was better than him, then you guys, you know, Dorian, Ronnie, all bring those guys if they're better than him. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I think they were comparing the eras, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the eras, like I said, you know, I mean, the smallest one out of them was Sean Ray. He was my idol at that time, you know what I'm saying? So it was perfect. Flex Wheeler, you know, I mean, there were like amazing guys up there. Of course, there was a great era, but like I said, still, if you would have put that guy with them, you don't know where you would have placed based on shape and symmetry and stuff, because he's pretty.